What's up, everybody? This is Zach with the Nerd Cave Podcast, episode 241, and I'm joined along with no other than
Allie.
Allie, how's your week been?
Tired.
Your week's been tired.
My week's been tired, and so have I.
My week's been tired.
So have I. Oh, you know what? That's gonna be a shirt. My week's been tired, and so have I.
We're just making shirts left and right now.
I'm so mad because I used to have this list of all these shirts that I wanted to make when I finally got the time to, and I actually finally got the time to do it. I only remembered one. I was just like, no. I think another one is I wanted to make a Poster Man shirt.
Yeah.
So I need to do that. But
Poster Man would be good.
Poster Man will be good.
Cake and the pig. I didn't say it today.
Oh no.
Let's kick this pig.
Yeah, but that. Because I remember that was another one I wanted to make. But then I think it was either you or Robbie pointed out it's no one else ever hears us say that.
Yeah.
By us, I mean you guys.
Yeah, so it would be a shirt for one of us.
Yeah.
You know, just like a inside joke.
Yeah, a little inside joke.
I think still one of my most favorite shirts is the Sweet Jesus shirt.
It's a good one. It's
a really good one.
solid shirt.
Good solid, good 10 on the Richter scale.
Mm-hmm.
Which there was an actual earthquake that was almost a 9.
Okay, yeah.
Outside of Anchorage.
Amy was telling me about that, but she couldn't remember what the Richter scale reading
Yeah, it was 7.9 on the Richter scale, right outside of Anchorage.
Yeah.
And this, it actually happened. It's not like a malfunction or whatever. It happened, and then
it died out, right?
Yeah, there was a buoy that's outside of Anchorage, and there was a 30-foot wave that was coming in, and they were telling people to, evacuate to get at least 100 feet above sea level and all of that. Absolute chaos, but thankfully...
I think it was by the time it got there, it was almost totally gone.
Thankfully...
Yeah, no one was hurt.
No one was hurt. The wave dissipated, so somebody was definitely looking out for the people. And when I first read it, I'm like, oh my! And then I read that it dissipated, and I was very thankful that no one was hurt and everything was okay. But it's one of those things. It's just when you read that, you're like, oh, this is scary because you think about the tsunamis that hit back in early 2000s over, oh Lord, where was all of that?
That was Japan, right?
Yeah, Japan had tsunamis. They had nuclear reactors. Japan got the brunt of it for a while there.
Yeah, they did.
But I'm glad everybody's okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, this is the Nerd Cave Podcast. Each and every week we come to you with all the nerdy news that you need to know, except for video games.
Nope, no video games.
Video games has its own thing now. It's called Nerd Cave Plus. You can check it out on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock p.m. on live stream, or you can check it out on podcast services, not podcast services around the world.
I want someone... I bet it already exists. I was going to say, someone either needs to make a podcast service called Podcurse or a magic podcast called Podcurse. But I bet it exists. I'm looking it up.
You look that up. You can check that out over on iTunes and other podcast services. We cover releases. We cover the news that's happening. We cover what we've been playing. We answer any questions that you have. And we also talk about the corrections that we might have had throughout the episode, and then we live stream a video game for about an hour on that. Allie was on for the first episode, the inaugural episode, and Robbie was on the second episode. Second episode, flow was a lot better because I had more of an idea of what I wanted to do. We've got to work out my transitions, that game's a really long time away, but a long ways away and all of that. Where you could get the next game or what, the releases, and got to work that out. Because I said that to Robbie. He's like, yeah, it's a really long time away. He's like, but I think they'll put this game out before this. And I'm just like, yeah, this game's a really long ways away.
And I feel like you just hold up a little card very subtly on the table I'm transitioning or I'm segueing.
Segue. But you can check out Nerd Cave Plus. It is on the gaming channel. We live stream it, and then we put up the podcast services, and we put a clean version, not a non-cursing, but we don't do any of that anyway. But like a
nice
non-drop.
edited.
Yeah, it's edited, has all the good stuff in there. No drop frames or anything that goes up, and all of that for your viewing pleasure on the replay. So definitely check that out. This episode today is brought to you by Grammarly.com. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, though. So this week, kind of slow on the news, and Robbie's not here. He's feeling a little under the weather. His tooth aches, and he got a headache, and I think he just didn't want to come and hang out with us.
I mean, it's possible. I'll make sure to give him the worst character sheet.
Yeah, he gets the troll that has no arms.
I could make that actually.
Troll with no arms. And
I will specifically roll a character and get out because like it's like the way you do it. Like you roll a bunch of dice, all that fun stuff.
Got my dice.
Yeah, you got your dice.
A little audio
courtesy of
listeners,
Price Busters Games. Thank you.
Yes, Price Busters was actually our first sponsor of the Nerd
Really?
Cave. Yep, long time ago. Little knowledge right there.
Little knowledge.
Yeah. But that's for the audio listeners.
Yeah, just shake.
Like, please stop it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'll go through it. I'll roll it a bunch, and instead of taking all the best rolls, I'll take all the worst rolls, and then I'll make sure that it's like he has disadvantage on any kind of like ranged or like an arm attack because he doesn't have any arms.
That would be hilarious. Or something with his toothache. Like we got to make it where it's like
his character can't talk, so like he has to convey all of his stuff through like
Of course, we're talking about Nerd Caves and Dragons.
Nerd Caves and Dragons.
Which we have to record to be on our timeline.
I thought we were going to be recording. I was hoping we were going to be recording today, but you know, life happens. I guess
life finds a way, as Robbie would like to say. But we're definitely got to record. And if you're over on Patreon, you will get the first episode on February 12th.
Which is why we have to record it very soon.
Yes. And if it doesn't go up February 12th, then you can tar and feather Allie.
No, tar and feather Robbie.
Well, it's your show.
Yeah, but I need you guys here.
I'm here. I live here.
Yeah, well, Robbie's not.
I live here,
Yeah,
so
but
I'm
Robbie's not.
I know that. I'm just saying.
Tar and feather Robbie.
You gotta like wrangle him.
Well, I can't.
The man beast.
Got a toothache over
bearded
wherever
sultan.
he is.
That's what his character's name is going to be called, the Bearded Sultan.
Yeah, you guys have to name your characters. That's another thing is that because I don't know how extensively we've talked about Nerd Caves and Dragons on the show.
We really haven't talked in depth. We talked that there was going to be a show, when it was going to start, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Amy wants to be on the show, too.
Yeah, no, I bought her some dice. I bought some dice thinking that if she did play, which is good because if the more people you have, the better.
Yeah, the better
and then I won't have to play an NPC in your party.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm really excited to do this. I'm a little nervous because it's my first time like DMing.
You're going to do awesome.
Yeah, and the great thing is that because whenever my friends and I we played the campaign, we already knew a good portion of like the beginning of the campaign, so it was really hard to like not play the meta, as it's called, like knowing.
Yeah.
But you guys don't know anything, so it's great.
Yeah, well, it's like having known what the beginning of a video game is going to be, and then like doing a let's play of it, and like having to act like you know it.
What?
Yeah, like. Secrets out of the bag here. I've had to do that a few times because there's been like technical difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulties, or like you want to play it a little bit because you want to make sure that the game's actually going to record.
Yeah,
like
test it out and all of that. So
like all live, like pretty much anybody on YouTube, and they're like, I've never played this game before. It's like they've played the first like 5 minutes of it just to test it.
At least. Yeah, to see if it's worth their time.
Some of them say like, yeah, like you see the new game, they're like, that was me testing, make sure it worked. Other than that, like I don't know anything about this game. And I'm like, yes, that's the truth. Don't be like, we've never seen this before. Like I'm like, nah, you have.
There's been times where we actually have it.
That's very no, that is true. That's very true.
When we did speed runners or whatever it was called, we had no idea what we're doing.
Like, what are we doing?
That game's really fun.
The game is really fun. I remember we tried to play it again recently, but it would not hook up with the controllers. It was
PC
really
and its freaking drivers.
Superior.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but with Nerd Caves and Dragons, just for the simplicity of you guys, like you could roll your characters, but that's then you have to go and pick your background stuff. So preset it's easier on you guys.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I ain't got no time for that.
So yeah, we're using like the preset character sheets that come with the 5th edition, which is the current edition for Dungeons and Dragons. and then we'll be doing the starter pack. It's like the Mines of
Mimimron.
I don't actually remember what the mine is called, but it's
Moria.
No, but that's what I want to call it. The Lost Mine of Phandelver. Whatever. But it's like the starter campaign for the 5th edition.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that. Like simplicity for my sake, just for, first time DMing, and then simplicity for you guys, first time playing.
Yeah.
So
I've never played that nerd stuff before.
Nah.
But I'm excited
I'm too.
for that because that's our first part of our seasonal content package for the year.
I'm very excited too. I'm gonna be wearing a special shirt. I was at Target the other day and I was like, I'm just gonna look because like I got a gift card there for Christmas, so I can go and get some new clothes. And I was like, I'm just gonna go because I didn't have the card with me, so I was like, I'm gonna look around, window shop, come back with the gift card, know what I want to buy.
Yeah.
And then I went in there and there was one shirt left and it was like vintage Dungeons and Dragons shirt, and I was like, hi, I'd like to purchase this.
I used to have the dragon, the shirt. Came from Loot Crate. I don't know where it is anymore.
That's a shame.
We should probably make, if everything goes well and people want it, a Nerd Caves and Dragons shirt.
Yeah.
I
had a few different ideas for what I wanted the logo to be.
Mm-hmm.
The one I have now, it's fine. I like it. It's sleek.
It's fun.
It's sleek. But I kind of wanted to, but it was also just I didn't have the time to sit down and perfect out a drawing. But I kind of want to make a doodle wearing the Nerd Cave glasses, of a dragon wearing the Nerd Cave glasses.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But I just haven't had time to do that.
Well, you just find a friend of yours that can draw.
Yeah.
And you hold them at gunpoint until it's done.
Yeah, I might.
Because
by gunpoint, I'll just be like, hey, I'll pay you.
Or actual gunpoint.
Yeah,
your friendship might be ruined after that, but then you have a pretty sweet drawing. Unless there's sweat stains on it from the fear.
You can edit that out once you scan it in.
Yeah. Photoshop's a heck of a tool.
It is. It truly is.
So, I'm excited though.
I am too. And it's I'm going to go over some more stuff whenever we actually do it. I might even make I'm debating about just trying to explain stuff to some people or whatever. Maybe making a little intro thing before we get into it. I don't know. But then I'm also going to be re-explaining stuff. And then depending on what you guys want to do, we because I'm just going to as of right now, I'm just handing you guys character sheets. And I think you guys are going to do some character creation, quote, quote, on screen.
Yeah.
Okay, this is this. Because it also because there's personality traits. And then there's also alignment. So are you lawful good? Are you chaotic evil? All that kind of stuff. Yeah. And so they all come pre-aligned and everything. So if you want to change it, you totally can. I don't care. And there's personality traits, bonds, flaws, ideals, and those again they're already the entire character sheet is already filled out.
Yeah.
So they're already on there. So but if you guys don't want to use those, they're mainly there just so that way they can help people who aren't used to role playing in games. To help you kind of be I don't know what to do in the situation. What would my character do? And then you look and you kind of base your decision off what that would be. But if you guys want to just not play by that, I don't care. They're going to be your characters. You do whatever you want. But so I'm excited to see how you guys are going to do that. Name your characters. It'll be fun.
Tyrone.
What you always want to be called? Tyrone.
So speaking of that, started watching Gravity Falls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying the mess
I
out
love
of that
show. It's so much fun.
We got into the second season, and then Amazon apparently doesn't have. I don't remember if Amy bought them or what. I don't really know. But we're going through. We get to the first episode of the second season. That's where Gideon gets the flashlight that can make you larger or bigger and all that. Really good episode.
Little Gideon.
But we get to it's fixing to be this next episode. It's find out how to watch this video, and I'm like, what is this? Why is this not a thing? And I was very heartbroken because I wanted to keep watching.
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
I am looking that up right now.
Because if it's
I
on
wouldn't
Netflix,
be surprised if it's not. Nope, it is not.
It is not. It's a shame. You should do well. It is also a Disney.
It's
show.
Disney, so Disney's it's ours, bye.
But the depth of the writing and everything that's in this show.
It's so good.
It is amazing.
Like,
the jokes are funny.
They're hilarious, and also like because it's very like Illuminati. Like Alex Hirsch, the creator of the show, like he and all the other people, like they would put these like secret codes into the show that you would have to like go and decipher, like actual like actual like codes that are used in like other things.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. I love it.
Yeah, and I'm only a little bit in, but it's
so funny.
It's so funny. It's so good. The character development, like the characters actually develop in this show.
Yes, they do. Like,
they're not just the same character forever.
Like I love like the way it's paced out. A lot of newer kid, or at least a lot of like the really good newer kid shows, that like that I'm aware of, I guess. They start off where like it feels like that kind of like childish, like episodic kind of feel.
Yeah.
But it's slowly like it ropes you in, and it's like, oh no, there's something deeper going on. You're like, but what?
Yeah. And I'm curious, like, they have books that, like, detail all of these things.
Yeah.
Dipper has book number 3.
Right.
Gideon has book number 2.
Yes.
I'm going to take a leap of faith here. Stan has the first book because Stan is in on all of this. Like, he knows. Your look, by not saying anything, confirms it.
He'll
confirm.
No, here's my thing. I'm being 100% honest. I don't remember. I really don't.
Well, that's okay,
Just
too.
kidding. I remember.
I enjoy the show.
I love it. And also, it's really funny going back and forth. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Going back and forth between like that and Bob's Burgers, because Kristen Schaal voices Mabel and Louise. Like, it's so funny.
She's also on Flight of the Conchords, which is where I was first introduced to her.
I forgot about that.
And as the crazy fan and everything. So just hearing her like, become more and more a part of like just the animated world and everything. Kind of like Mark Hamill is in so many different things. And so same guy with Bob's Burgers, like the guy that plays Bob, he's in so many different things. He's in Archer, he's in Bob's Burgers, he's in oh Lord, he's in so many different things.
I was talking to a friend of mine from high school recently. Like, I haven't talked to him in years. And he was saying, he was like, I was totally blown away. Like, Mark Hamill has like an incredibly extensive voice acting career. And I'm like, yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. And he was like, yeah, he did like stuff for that. I'm like, yeah. And then he was Fire Lord Ozai, I believe was his name, in Last Airbender. And he was like, what? I was like, how?
He was also in Kingdom Hearts.
That's right, yeah.
He was Kingdom Hearts. He was Joker. Like
he's in a ton of stuff.
Yeah,
Mark Hamill's awesome.
Not just Luke Skywalker.
No, he's not just Luke Skywalker.
So, if you haven't watched Gravity Falls, I suggest you fall down the rabbit hole.
It's so much fun. I love it.
And the intro.
Yes, the intro.
So good.
So good. I'll have to show. Someone did like a Snoop Dogg remix, so like he's just saying like smoke weed over and over again, but it's like edited to be in the song. And like in like the weather vane on the top, instead of saying north, south, east, west, it just says weed.
It says what on theirs?
Oh, is that's right?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But like, it's just it's one of those things where it's like it's so dumb, but I greatly admire the work that went into it.
Yeah. Last night I've been thinking about it since I've been watching it. If there was a marching band arrangement.
I'm sure there is.
There is?
Yeah. Probably multiple arrangements.
Yeah, I'm sure there. Like, I just looked on YouTube, but I know a place where you can get like a bunch of them. So I know a new stand too for next year. So I'm excited. I really enjoy that show. And speaking of shows that are airing right now, Jimmy Fallon is one of the late night hosts these days. And he did a bit this past week that dealt with Don't Stop Believing by Journey. And it was him. It's supposed to feel like a 60s television show type deal, like a talent show.
Yeah, so that's what I got. Like, it felt like some kind of like high school talent show, but like for adults.
Yeah, like a public access, something like that. And it had Will Ferrell in there as sort of a heckler. And it's a little bit long of a joke, but
it is. But I mean, like, that's kind of how like a lot of comedy, especially on like late night television, is. It's like it's really funny, and then they beat it out. So then it's like, okay, no one can make that joke anymore because they all did it.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's Will Ferrell in a nutshell. Which Will Ferrell is one of my favorite comedians. Probably why I have a joke and then I just use it until it's dead, and then I drag it for a little bit longer and just beat it as I go. But there was just a part in there where it mentions Will Ferrell's character's brother, Gabriel. Just, you don't think anything about it. And it gets to the end where this guy, Will Ferrell's character, moves in with his brother to start a sports bar, okay? And Jimmy Fallon's character, Peter, sells Don't Stop Believing to Journey, and it becomes a successful hit, that sort of deal. The thing, though, is they talk about the sports bar again, and they say, this is an actual website.
It's before it's like, they open up this bar. It's not a great bar. And then, again, they're like, no, seriously, it's a real bar. Go check out the website.
And so I showed Amy the video last night, and then she popped that up. I'm like, I wonder if this is actual.
No, the second I saw the website thing, I pulled up my laptop. I was like, I have to go.
Now we're gonna read through this, and you could do this with us. The website URL is streetlightswithgabriel.com. You should go watch the skit first. It's very, very good. But let's go through this together. Okay, Sacramento. California.
Streetlights with Gabriel. Sometimes you want to go to where everyone inside remembers your name.
So kind of like.
It's cheers.
Cheers.
Sometimes.
Old building and old friends meet new beer and new friends.
I like the picture of the outside though. It's a really cool looking building.
Yeah, it's interesting. Looks like you could get some paraphernalia in there. About us. Founded in 1957, Streetlights with Gabriel is the neighborhood spot that will keep you coming back for wings, and more wings, and cheesecake. Old building and old friends meet new beer and new friends. Bada bing, showing.
I love it. All right. I just want to read the food. I don't care if it's nothing's interesting in the food.
No. It's
good. Okay.
Great.
Appetizer. These are great for a quick snack or order a few for the perfect game time platter. Fries. Made from potatoes. These fan favorites are served with ketchup and mustard. Baskets include between 30 and 45 individual fries.
They actually,
I love
say
it.
how many fries they have.
Little hot dogs. These are like hamburger sliders, but with hot dogs. Served with relish in a little bottle of ketchup. French onion soup. Hot, cheesy, and filled to the brim with onions. This soup is guaranteed to warm you up. We won't judge you if you get seconds or thirds. Bacon nachos. Fresh tortilla chips, gooey cheddar cheese, pickled jalapenos, fresh pico de gallo, and did we mention bacon? Bite-sized boneless blue cheese buffalo wings. Warning, it's impossible to eat just one of these tiny buffalo bites. Soaked overnight in a bath of blue cheese and tossed with only the spiciest of sauces. Flavors include medium, hot, or scorpion's pinch.
I want some scorpion.
I want to go to this place so bad. A plate of vegetables. Tomatoes, celery, zucchini, cucumber, broccoli, little carrots, beets, radishes. This really is just a big plate full of vegetables. Side of ranch is $3.
I love that the side of ranch, because anytime you have any vegetables, everybody's like, "Oh, can I have some ranch?" So they're really.
But I love that the side of ranch is $3 and the dish itself is $6, so the ranch has half of what the dish costs.
They're covering their cost here, which I love.
Right. Do you want me to read the entrees?
I'll do the entrees and you can do the desserts.
Yes.
Entrees. Here's where you can list the entrees for your customers. They didn't edit that part of the website.
No, I like to think that they left that part in on purpose.
Chili cheese burger. Where does the chili end and the cheese begin? We don't know. We don't want to know. Made with homemade chili, creamy cheese, and poured over 1 pound of fresh Angus beef. Looking to tame a growling stomach? Look no further. Ribs! Meat that will fall off the bone and the sauce that you'll dream about. We put the ribs in a smoker and then forget about that we put them in there for a week. You're going to need a bigger napkin.
I love this thing so much.
Albert's Brisket Sandwich. This is Albert's secret recipe, and it's really good. Albert isn't a chef here, but he comes in sometimes and makes it. It's sweet, smoky, and that's about all we know. Sometimes it comes with sides, sometimes it doesn't. It's really Albert's call.
I love Albert.
Just some guy just walks in and makes a brisket sandwich.
There you go.
Thanks,
Albert.
He's not even working.
Yeah,
We don't know how
he
to
doesn't
make
even
it.
work here.
A bigger plate of vegetables. Just like our appetizer, this is just an even bigger plate of vegetables. Carrots are still little. Side of ranch, $6.
Side note, the dish is now $17, so if anything, that's a better deal.
Yeah.
Okay, desserts. Apple strudel cinnamon cake. wafery crust packed with cinnamon-dusted apples, just like the one you stole from Grandma's refrigerator and ate in the garage. Cheesecake, both cheese and cake. This creamy, rich dessert stable tickles the taste buds with its cheesecake flavor. 800 calories. That's the only one the calories has been listed so far. Chocolate lava cake. Melted dark chocolate sauce infused in a moist, tender ganache cake. Zacket Offshoot blog rated 2 tasty thumbs up. Well, our thumbs aren't tasty, just the cake, but we are using our thumbs to rate cake. Ice cream trio. A scoop of vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and a side of brain freeze. Popsicle. A popsicle. I was reading the ice cream one and I saw I could see in my peripheral it was very short underneath it, so I scrolled back up because I didn't want to accidentally look down. I'm glad.
Specialty drinks. These are fancier than normal drinks. Ye old fashioned whiskey, bitters, orange peel served in a goblet.
Oh my god.
Surfer on acid slushy. Whoa, dude. This tropical drink will take you back to your favorite vacation. The 1952 Macallan Ice Luge. We take the world's most expensive whiskey and serve it in a mini shot ice luge we bought at the party store down the street.
I love it. Oh my gosh. I want to go to this place so bad. All right, should I read the press stuff?
Yeah,
okay.
let's go down.
All right.
I hope you're scrolling down with this. If you're driving your car, stop it right now in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the road. If there's heavy traffic, be like, I am listening to a podcast, sir.
Okay, here's the thing. As long as you turn under caution lights, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Be like,
Don't
my
do
mother's
that.
having a baby. They're like,
No, then why are you stopped?
The person on the podcast.
This was her wish.
The person on the podcast told me to stop, officer. So,
Okay.
Streetlights with Gabriel.com.
Yes.
So you should already be there.
Yes.
We're assuming that you're there.
Yeah. All
Here
right.
we go.
Inside Sacramento, December 15th, 2001. Combine good fare, good beers on tap, and good old regular Joes, and you have Streetlights with Gabriel. The perfect place to go if you just want to get back and hold a glass of beer with your hands and sip that beer while throwing, with your other hand, a couple of tiny metal darts at a circular wall dartboard made of cork material and thick metal wires shaped into numbers. Yeah, Streetlights with Gabriel is the place to be.
Capital, we'll just switch back.
Okay.
And forth. Capital City Daily, December 14th, 2007. This is the definition of a watering hole. Dimly lit, frankly a bit hard to see. The drink in front of you. For some reason, they have only the light version of beers. But all in all, these features lead to an effective dive bar feel and made you want to order more than those yum-tastic chicken wings.
Norcal Local. That's a great name. Blog, December 13th, 2017. Recent. A torrential downpour made me step in here. The bar's roof kept me dry for 10 minutes.
Here's the facts section.
All right.
It keeps going. It's just
All right.
so good.
All right.
Cash or credit? We take cash only. Please no credit cards, traveler checks, or Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's so stupid. Do you have gluten-free / dairy-free / vegetarian options? No.
What's the story with the old couch in the back? Ask Bernie the bartender. Boy, does he have stories.
I just want to go back to the fact it's do you have vegetarian options? They literally have 2 dishes just called a veggie
Veg
plate.
Yeah.
All right. What should I order? Our helpful staff of esteemed waiters will help you with Our helpful staff of esteemed waiters will help you with your. It just ends.
What is your favorite Fast and Furious movie? Too Fast, Too Furious.
Is there a bathroom? Please use the bus station bathroom next door. Oh my god.
And then the photo gallery is just like
they're just a bunch of stock images.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
This is amazing.
I will take a road trip over to Sacramento, California just to go here.
I'm pretty sure this is not real.
I don't care. I need to go there anyway.
You just go to Sacramento and be like, where's Streetlights with Gabriel? Will Ferrell shows up. He's like, you've been searching for it too, huh?
Yeah, it's probably not real just because everything seems like...
It's just
all stock photo stuff. But I want it to be real so bad.
I know. This is the definition of a good joke.
It
had the
is.
video like that. I was like, okay, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But then the website just ties it all in.
It's so
just
good.
A nice little bow.
It's so good. This is amazing. I have to show my friend this. All my friends.
No, just one. You have one friend.
I do only have one friend.
Only one friend. Now, we can talk about some stuff. We can.
If we have to.
Hans Zimmer.
Yes.
The Zim.
I respect him greatly for his music.
Zim Salabim.
Please tell me something bad did not happen.
His hands got broken.
Okay, well,
By John Williams. John Williams came in and he's like, "You are a fraud." I don't know why he sounds like that. And
I don't know why he sounds like that either.
And then Hans is like, "Oi!" No. X-Men's Dark Phoenix star, Sophie Turner, is saying that Hans Zimmer will compose for the Dark Phoenix. Now, what gets me is after Batman v Superman, Hans was like, "I will not do another superhero movie."
Oh, Hans. Until they're like, "How about now with the more zeros?" And he's like, "I shall do one more."
Yes, I shall put the MIDI track down. Zom.
I am my superhero. No, I greatly respect his work. I think it's like, I know some people are like, it's just the same thing, and I'm like, I mean, all composers pretty much have the same thing. But I mean, like, he's done a bunch of other stuff too. Like that's not that people don't know him as well for. I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure he did music for The Simpsons, right?
Yeah, I want to say so. Yeah,
I think he did the Spider Pig song actually. I might be wrong. I'm gonna fact check myself on that, but I'm fairly certain.
She's gonna fact check. Now, like, I'm excited. Like when he said he wasn't going to do superhero movies anymore, I was kind of like, wow, that's like an end of an era. Like if John Williams said, "I'm not going to do Star Wars anymore," you know, that would be a big thing. Like him not doing that. So hearing that, you know, kind of makes me a little excited.
Yes. Okay. So what it was is that Hans Zimmer originally composed a choral version of the song as a joke. And then the producers were like, "Why is that not in the movie? This is hilarious." And so it got put into the movie. So, But I mean, Hans Zimmer is fantastic. And so I understand like why not wanting to do superhero movies, especially because I remember after Man of Steel, people like they were not impressed by.
I love the Man of Steel soundtrack.
I did too. Amazing. It was really good. I had issues with the movie itself.
Are you talking about Man of Steel or Batman v Superman?
Oh, well, both. But I'm talking about Man of Steel specifically right now.
Because I know Amy has never watched Man of Steel, and I'm just
I only watched it like the last few months or so. I think it was sometime last month.
It's so good. It's such a good movie. It really is.
It was good.
It's amazing. Except for Don't Save Me. And you're just like...
Wait, what?
The Pa Kent thing's like, "No, don't save me from the tornado."
Oh, that was dumb.
Like
that was one of the few things I had issues with. Myself, it was the writing of it. I've had issues with like, I don't because I know we're talking about Hans Zimmer and stuff, but I'm glad he's doing more superhero movies because he's a great composer. My thing is like with this was my take on it. Like overall, the movie was fun. It was good. Whatever. But with the whole Lois Lane Superman thing, it felt weirdly forced. But this is my reasoning behind it. Is because everyone knows Lois Lane and Superman are together. So it's like they went into that movie knowing that people knew that they were going to get together, so they didn't put that much effort into their relationship.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like they felt like because I saw Batman versus Superman first, and so like they seem like they're just so happy, and I was like, oh, there must have been a lot of development in Man of Steel or something, because it like they were just at this totally great point. I was like, and then I go there and I'm like, there's a lot that like we're missing here, and also like they've known each other for like 2 days.
No, but
I know, like, I get like it's movie time, so like I can get behind that. Like
Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
You know, right?
But yeah, my thing is like it was really weird. Like I personally feel that if they were gonna keep the kiss in the movie, they should have put it at the very end and not. It was just like weirdly forced in there, and then
Didn't it happen like right before like the last part of the Zod fight?
Yes.
See, like she was like, "I'm gonna kiss you now because you might."
It was
die.
actually it might have been right after. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
It was near the end. I don't know. Just it was like I feel like they could have put it in a better place.
See, more people have a problem with Superman breaking Zod's neck than the Lois Lane love arc.
Oh, well, see, I didn't care about that because like it's Superman. I don't care about Superman.
Yeah,
he's too OP. But
no, like just like that he would break.
I remember people were like up in arms about that when it first came out. Yeah. No, yeah, my thing is like again, like I think it was just because they knew that everyone was expecting them to get together, so they didn't put that much effort into really developing their relationship. That was just how I felt about it. I don't know. That's just me. And then of course like they went too hard on the CGI in that movie. Like the part whenever they're like it got to the point like they were just using CGI just for, you know, like why not sake. It's during the Zod fight, like they're like running up buildings and like breaking stuff like completely like unnecessarily. Yeah. But it was one of those like it looked like they had done the CGI for the movie in order, because it's like as the movie went on, it started looking worse and worse. Yeah. Like I'm not saying it was a bad movie. Like it was a fun movie overall and stuff. But yeah, like there were just some issues I had with it.
Oh, I can understand.
And there are definitely some plot holes in
it. It's not perfect by any means.
Oh, sure, but I mean, any movie is like that. There's no, as Cinema Sin says, there's no movie free of sin.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
I think they did that one. I'm not sure.
No, it's perfect.
Okay. I mean, according to Streetlights with Gabriel.
It is the best Fast and Furious movie.
I have never seen a single Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, girl.
I tend to keep it that way.
We're gonna fix that.
My thing, I'm just like, I don't know.
We're gonna fix it. So before I go on the rabbit hole that I was about to go on, I read earlier this week or sometime, I might have been today, that Henry Cavill's Superman is going to make an appearance in the Shazam movie.
Oh, okay.
With Zachary, what's his face?
Zachary Levi? Oh, no, Zachary Quinto. Is it Zachary Quinto?
No, it's the guy from, oh Lord, Chuck.
Okay, it is Zachary Levi.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Shazam.
Wait, is Shazam's name? What's Shazam's name?
Billy?
Never mind. Because I remember it was after the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 came out. Because at the very end, if you haven't seen it by now, whatever. Like they show Adam or Warlock, I believe is what he's called as, and there were rumors that that Zachary Levi was supposed to be playing him, which was weird because they had just, again, spoilers for Thor 2 or 3, 4. Is this 4? 3. Okay. Spoilers.
I haven't watched it, so.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Is it the whole eye patch thing?
No, not the eye patch thing. Anyway, Zachary Levi plays a character in that. He took over for one of the characters in the second movie. Is just one of Thor's friends. I don't remember his name.
Oh, he took over. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
So
Bob is his name.
Yeah, Bob. Anyway, blah blah blah. So I'm curious now. Like those rumors must not be true in any way, shape, or form, especially if he's gonna be playing Shazam.
Yeah, he's supposed to be playing him. So, which I'm curious because he's not that big of a guy, like muscular wise. Like I don't think his build would be where he can get super jacked. Because Shazam is like the size of Superman.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting, but seeing that, Superman is going to be in the Shazam movie.
No, I think that'll be cool. It's just another way to like tie it all in and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how long they keep up the whole DCEU kind of like facade, because like Justice League was supposed to be the end of that. Oh, pretty much. So I'm not
dumb, especially because like they're going to be making all the solo movies afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know
that seems like that was
Warner Brothers
nonsense.
If you want somebody that's going to save this whole
Wonder Woman
crap that you got going on, one, Wonder Woman would definitely do it. Yes. But two, if you want somebody that's going to be your Kevin Feige, give me a call. Our business email address is on the YouTube channel. Just email me and I'll take care of it.
They're definitely watching this right now.
They are.
They're like the NSA. They're always watching.
If you know somebody at Warner Brothers, send them this video. I will fix what you have started and I will make it good. Just give me 100% undeniable control of your franchise, your $1 billion franchise, and I will make you even more money. But you have to pay me a lot of money too. That's just.
So what rabbit hole were you?
Last night, like me and Amy went to Walmart after we finished eating.
Right. Yes.
We spent probably 2 hours in that Walmart before we went home.
Navy Walmart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds feasible.
Just walking around looking at different things. We get to the video game section, the movie section.
My favorite section.
And there was this movie, it looked like a rip-off of like a Transformers movie.
Yeah.
It was like Fall of Skyline or something. I don't even know. I've never even heard of it. It looked like a bad Transformer. And Amy's like, oh, y'all should totally do like reviews of bad movies and all of that. And it just made me think of like all the bad movies, because it was like, there was another one. It was like Werewolves of the Third Reich, and just
was it just called Skyline?
No, it had Skyline in it. It was like Fall of Skyline or something like that. It's like has this huge robot like as like the main picture of the robot.
I'm looking up movies that have Skyline in the title.
Yeah.
Oh, Beyond Skyline.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you read the description of
I shall.
Beyond Skyline for me?
Where is the plot summary?
Plot summary.
Okay, well, this is all that's listed at Rise right now on IMDb. A tough-as-nails detective embarks on a relentless pursuit to free his son from a nightmarish alien warship. I like it. Simple to the point.
Yeah. It reminds me of True Detective without all the good character development.
Yeah, that. Yep.
So, let's say
So we're doing a thing where we're watching and reviewing bad movies.
I'm considering it.
I adore watching bad movies. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to stay with a friend tonight, and that's pretty much our goal, is to just watch terrible movies all night.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we're starting it right now, but I do want to do it eventually, maybe as a seasonal thing.
I already have some in my.
I am never watching
my
Troll
bucket.
2 again. I am
putting
my foot down on that one.
We can just go ahead and review that ourselves. It's a great movie. Everybody should watch it. Troll 2. A great sequel.
To Troll 1.
To Troll 1. Absolutely 100% related movies.
Back in the day when this show started, like we used to do top 5s at the end of every show. And I'd be like, and my number one, everyone, Troll 2. Good night, everybody.
Nice. I just, it's one of those things where it's like, I admire that movie in a sense for like, I got an idea, guys. Let's call ourselves Troll 2, even though we're not related at all to the Troll movie. It just makes me so happy.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
So bad.
I love it's like, and then they're immediately like, because like the stuff that they're like, for the premise of the movie, it's like, there's this little boy whose grandpa's like dead, and I think actually like in hell or something.
I don't remember.
I don't know. It's really weird. But it's like there's these goblins, not trolls, that like they feed people like this weird green. It's literally just like green Play-Doh.
Yeah.
And that like turns them into plants so that they can eat them or something.
Yeah,
or some stuff
much.
can turn them into plants. Basically, they just want to eat people, like whatever.
Yeah. Plant people.
Yeah, they want to eat plant people, and like it's weird.
It
like,
is very.
But yeah,
very weird.
and then so this little boy, he's like trying to stop everybody, and they're like, "You're just being." You're being mean and rude to all these people. They're just trying to be nice. And then at the end, he's like, I did it. I proved it. And he keeps talking to his grandpa's ghost throughout the movie. And then it's bad.
Yeah.
So you should watch it.
I'd rather watch The Room. I've never watched The Room.
I would love to watch The Room.
Have you watched it
I've
before?
never seen it.
So that might be our first
What is it?
one.
It's like, Lisa, you're tearing me apart.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, like it's one of those, like, that's actually a movie, like, it's like I have a list of movies that I just need to watch because I love cinema. I love cinema history. So like obviously there's like a bunch of classics I need to watch, but then I consider The Room a classic in its own regard. So
Classic of trash.
Yes, classic of trash.
It's a trash movie, 100%.
I really want to go see the
Disaster Artist.
Disaster Artist. I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, it would be cool to see The Room and then
go watch that. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Is I wanted to watch The Room first before I saw that.
That would be good. So that's an idea for us down the road.
Yeah, another thing I love watching really bad horror movies, or at least like some more like obscure ones, because sometimes you're like, okay, this isn't terrible.
Yeah.
And then after I finished watching one, I like asked my friends on Snapchat. I was like, "Hey, if anyone has suggestions for a bad horror movie for me to watch, let me know." And one of them, by the way, don't watch this movie if you're underage. There's some risque scenes. But she was like, "Watch Pumpkinhead 2. It's amazing." And I was like, "Okay, this is probably really bad." Because I was like, I feel like I've heard of that before, and I'm pretty sure it's like notoriously really bad. I watched it. It was just something else.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is that like the monster is all like it's like a practical it's like makeup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And of course it's dated, but for the time it came out in, which was it was a 70s movie, I believe. It actually looked really good for the time it was made. So I was like, the rest of the movie is terrible. The sound mixing in it was awful. Like there were times when the music would be so loud that the people and I was like, what are they saying? What are they saying? But if you were to watch it again, some risque scenes, don't watch it if you're underage. It's like it would be like an R-rated movie in today's standard.
Yeah.
Actually I think it probably was. Well, actually no, when did R rating come around?
Came around in like the 80s, I think.
Okay. Well, whatever. It's R. But yeah, like if you were to watch it, I would watch it just for the practical effects of the monster. Like it was, I'll show you a picture of it. 'Cause like I was like, this movie's terrible, but I greatly respect the work that went into this.
Except for the mixing guy.
I mean, I meant like just the monster.
Yeah, I know, but I'm looking at you, sound mixer guy. And while we're on sound, last week's episode sounded like trash.
Sorry.
We're sorry.
Sorry, that's me.
We're sorry. Allie has reformed her ways. And I'm using the same mic so we don't have any issues.
All right, so like, yes, it looks dated, but for the time it came out in,
yeah, it doesn't look that bad.
And also like in motion, it's impressive.
It doesn't look like a pumpkin head. I can just say that.
But yeah, it's like because it's like a dude.
goblin.
It's a dude in a suit. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like a pumpkin head. I don't know why it's called that. Or I think it was like there was like a guy who was like he if I'm remembering the thing correctly, like Pumpkinhead's like a monster that only like they accidentally summon Pumpkinhead, but like it was something to do with there's a poor kid who was like horribly disfigured and he got made fun of a lot. Yeah. I think that like he had the name Pumpkinhead, and there's some kind of correlation there. I don't remember.
He looks like a nun in that picture.
He's got like a thing over his head. I know,
but like from this angle,
I know, I understand. But yeah, no, it's like it's a really bad movie. Don't watch it.
So
just look up a picture of the monster.
Yeah, if you're writing a movie or you're writing an email, you want the grammar to be right.
Yeah. How do I do that?
You need Grammarly.
Ooh.
Now, anytime we have a sponsor on our show, it's because we actually use the sponsor.
Yep.
Okay. I write probably over 100 emails each week. I don't want my Facebook posts to be crappy.
Don't say the wrong your.
Yeah, I don't want any of that. I want to know where my commas go and all that stuff. And Grammarly is what you need to use. For the listeners of the Nerd Cave, Grammarly is offering a free download of the Grammarly software. Now, it will check your spelling. It'll check your commas, your semicolons, all of that stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm going to need that because I was just trying to type in short sword, and I typed in short spraud. I mixed up the W or the R and the O. So I need Grammarly.
Could fix it right there.
Yeah.
It is great. You can use it. If you're using it on Google, it's like built in right into the web browser and everything. You just download the extension and all that good stuff. It can be used anywhere except for like Google Docs. I don't know why it won't work in Google Docs. It doesn't make any sense.
It might be because they already have like an autocorrect feature in their stuff. I guess
so. I'm hoping one day it'll be integrated and it'll be just like the perfect marriage of everything. It's amazing. You can check it out. It's free. They got a free side. They got a pay side. Check out the free one. See if it's something you want to do. If you want to check it out, go over to Grammarly today. Go to getgrammarly.com/nerdcave. Again, that's getgrammarly.com/nerdcave to download Grammarly for free. Now, I love Grammarly, so you should try it. See if you like it. It even has an extension, a keyboard on your phone now. So you sign up and all that, get it on your computer, get it on your phone. So when you're talking, you're trying to be all fancy.
Yeah, I'll talk all fancy like.
Talk all fancy like you're a sweet Southern gentleman. that knows
Mm-hmm.
commas and all of that. This is the perfect place. I
Mm-hmm.
know I email a lot from my phone.
I do too.
I want to sound like I know what I'm doing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I'm missing a comma somewhere. This lets me know.
Yeah,
So,
that's probably like one of the commas. It's commas and semicolons. I think are the two most misused punctuation
Yeah.
marks.
yeah. So,
But not me. I know how to use my punctuation correctly. Thank you.
yeah, I was never taught, so.
No.
Grammar lead to
Yeah,
save the
by
day.
the time I was going through school, like they really like. In fact, like it wasn't until like my 8th grade year, like we really learned how to actually like, write essays. We were just so focused on grammar,
Yeah,
which
well,
we were
ours-
behind we were behind the ball on that one. But
Ours was the opposite. We were so focused on passing the FCAT, a
We-
standardized test.
I hate standardized
That's
tests. I
what
hate
we
it.
were focused on.
Yeah, we didn't take the FCAT. We took a different standard test. It was like the Iowa State standard test or something like that.
But we live in Florida.
I don't know why. It's a
So
private
dumb.
school thing, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, private school.
Standardized testing is so dumb.
It is. It's like I mean, because like you are like a teacher
Mhm.
studying to become one. I'm just like I mean, like even before I was studying to become like standardized testing is so dumb because it all it really does is like when it comes to schools and everything is that teachers can't focus on teaching kids what they should be
Yeah.
able to teach them. They have to focus on making sure they can pass a test, and it's ridiculous. I
Yeah,
hate it.
and that's the thing is that we're so focused on teaching knowledge and knowledge and just follow me on this trail of logic.
I
right here,
will, yes.
Okay. Knowledge is something that can it takes a while, but it's not anything that's new, not anything that really develops a person
No.
as a person.
Yeah.
The softer skills like values, morals, character, art, music, those things,
Yeah.
those actually develop you
Yeah.
as a person.
And also, like, there have been plenty of studies done that show that whenever students engage with arts, especially like music and stuff, their performance in all their other academic fields increases
Yeah.
a good amount.
Yeah, like my students that I teach, you know, of course, if you don't know, I'm a band director and everything. Majority of my students, I would say 80% are either in an honors class at least or an AP class. I have several students that every class that they take is an AP class.
That's a lot of work. I
Yeah.
was kind of in that boat.
Mm-hmm.
The only AP classes I didn't take was math.
Yeah.
Which I didn't care about.
Mhm.
But like all my classes were AP.
Yeah.
And like it's a lot of work. Also, if you have the choice between AP and dual enrollment, always choose dual enrollment.
It's much easier.
It's so much easier, and the credits also transfer easier as well.
Yeah. Plus, when you pass the class in dual enrollment,
Then you actually get like they've changed it now where
actually-
like you have to maybe like the first dual enrollment class I took, you pass the class, you're done. And then like the other ones I think it's like I had to write, or maybe one of them I had to write a paper, but
yeah.
I would much rather write like 20 10-page papers and take another AP exam. I only took one and it was the worst thing.
Yeah, the AP exams are awful.
They're so ridiculous. And
Yeah.
also like whenever I was taking it, the AP class I was taking, it was actually no, I take this back. This was not for that class. Some of the AP classes, they're a 1 semester thing,
Yeah,
and then the AP test isn't until the end of the next semester.
that doesn't make any sense.
No.
Like, I'm teaching AP music theory right now, and it is essentially me having to teach 2 years worth of a college course in 1 year.
It's so dumb.
And it's impossible.
Yeah.
It is impossible
really
to
is.
do. So neither here nor there. Okay,
Yeah.
standardized testing is bad.
It's bad. It's dumb. Like
For-
I understand a limited amount. Like I understand the purpose of them, but they
Yeah.
became there was too much of it.
Well, yeah, and it's like, oh, we have to compete with the world. Well, the world, like the other countries that are competing against us and everything, they are also putting focus on the arts.
Yes,
and that's
they
why
are.
they are so more advanced than us.
Yeah, I'm glad that STEAM is becoming a thing. If you don't know, like it was originally STEM, which was science, technology, engineering, and math. And now it's STEAM, so it's science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that that's becoming more prevalent in
Yeah.
schools.
Well, the arts are always
Oh, no.
the smallest part.
Oh no,
of that.
absolutely. Like I'm
But
not
at
saying
least
that
it's
like
in there.
yeah, I'm not saying that they're making like
Yeah.
oh, it's everything's great now. It's like at least they're acknowledging we exist.
Yeah. So if you want your child, if you have children, okay, and this is straight up from a teacher. I've been teaching for 6 years.
Yep.
Went to college for 4 years, got a degree, highly effective. I'm not tooting my own horn, but if you want your child to be successful, get them in some kind of arts. If it's choir, if it's the theater, if it's dance, if it's band, or if it's, actually painting or sculpting or something, the sooner you get them doing something like that, the better off they will be as they grow up.
Absolutely. Like it really does, like it helps students excel in other fields.
Areas.
Like it's
just do it. Trust me.
Yeah, my high school, not to call anybody out Catholic high school, they the arts was how do you say, very small.
Yeah.
And then there were some issues with our theater program that I won't get into because that's a whole mess in of itself.
You can tell me off air because now I'm curious.
It was just, let's just say it was a lot of politics.
Yeah, okay. Pretty much anything.
Yeah. To put it nice little, put it cleanly, put it nicely.
Yeah.
It's politics.
Yeah.
And then whenever, because it's like they had one before we were there, but they hadn't had one for years. Some of my friends actually started up my freshman year, and then after we graduated, it wasn't there anymore. So, yeah. I'll just say that.
Now, we were talking about the bad movie
show
and everything.
Love bad movies.
We talked about Nerd Caves and Dragons today and how excited we are to film that.
I'm very excited.
The other seasonal content we're doing is Cooking with Robbie.
Yes.
Me and Amy were talking last night.
Oh, no. Yes.
Okay. And, like, Robbie's wanting to do it, and I hadn't talked to Robbie about this, so everybody's getting this firsthand. Only Robbie does a 8-episode Cooking with Robbie. I want Amy to do an 8-episode Cooking with Amy.
Ooh.
But it's going to be extremely punny.
I love
episodes.
it. I love it.
Because we were talking about
puns are the greatest.
She was. Have you ever watched the YouTuber that does Nerdy Nummies?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen it, but I've heard of it. Yes.
She's really, really good show and everything. I think it's really good. And Amy was talking about her, and I'm like, oh, you're talking about Rachel Ray, and she's like, no, and she said her name. I'm like, Rachel Ray is the only chef there ever is. And then we started talking about her making a cookbook, but it's like poorly photoshopped, like she's just holding a plate and like they photoshopped like burritos on there and like a very small sombrero.
Yeah.
And it's cooking Mexican food the gringo way. And like we started making all these puns, and I was like, it would be hilarious if you did a cooking show. And she seemed pretty excited about it. I want to do it. So if you want to see Amy do a punny cooking show, then let us know in the comments below. What do you think?
I love it. I'm just curious to see how Robbie will be like.
Well, he only wanted to do 8 episodes.
Yeah, no. I mean, that was the thing, is that there's supposed to only be 8 episodes. So I don't know how long each episode for Nerd Caves and Dragons is going to be.
Well, you know, it's one of those things is where, like, we do a season of that, a season of that, and then we have...
That's my thing, is, like, that my guess is that to keep the episodes down in length, they'll probably have to be, like, a season 1 of Nerd Caves and Dragons, and then it'll bleed over into a season 2.
We'll figure that out.
I don't know, because we haven't recorded it yet.
Yeah. All right, so last story, and I know this won't interest you a ton, but it was a pretty big thing. Vince McMahon, do you know who Vince McMahon is?
The name sounds familiar.
He's the CEO of WWE and everything.
Okay.
He's been around forever in the wrestling business. Vince McMahon is bringing back the Extreme Football League in 2020. Back in like 2001, something like that, he made the Extreme Football League, and it tanked like hard.
Oh, I'll look up some.
But now he's sold off $100 million worth of stock in WWE to recreate the Extreme Football League.
Why?
And he came out this week and announced everything. There will be 8 teams. There will be 40 men on the roster, and there will be a 10-game season. And this is his quote: "It will be shorter, faster paced, family-friendly games that represented professional football reimagined." Now,
So from because I'm reading about it right now. From what my understanding is, like they got wrestling people to play football.
there was a crossover. I didn't really watch XFL at all, so I'm not sure what it really originally was. It just went really, really bad.
It was conceived as an outdoor football league that would take place during the NFL offseason, promoters having fewer, blah, 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 blah. The league had 8 teams, blah, blah, blah. Operated as a single entity. Okay, can you tell me, like, what it actually was? What was it?
It was extreme football.
Clearly, yes. The opening, it doesn't actually say. Contrary to popular belief, the X in XFL did not stand for extreme.
Maybe not.
It's not for extreme as an extreme football league. When the league was first organized, it was originally supposed to stand for Extreme Football League, but no E in the front. What?
That's so dumb.
Oh, however, there was already a league in formation with the same name as that, so promoters wanted to make sure that everyone knew the X did not actually stand for anything. I see. So it's like, it's Football League X. So they couldn't say it was Extreme Football because, Extreme Football League was already a thing. Okay, I get you.
Now, what was interesting about all of this, if you kept up with any of the NFL dealings this past year, there was a whole lot of controversy about kneeling during the national anthem and social issues that were being brought onto the field, and some owners and the president got involved, and it was just a bunch of hoopla. Okay, and it took a very long time for them to even get something where it was something at least civil about all of this. Well, from Vince McMahon himself, he said, "Whatever our rules are, everyone will abide by them." So, and one of the rules is there is no political stuff brought on the field. You will not kneel during the national anthem, and if you do, you will be fired.
That's interesting.
So it's putting it right there, and they will not hire any players that have a criminal record.
That's good.
So
I honestly don't know that this is going to do well.
Oh, I don't think it's going to do well at all.
Especially like with that, like I'm not making a political statement here. I'm just saying that like there clearly are a lot of people in the football league who are they want to express their political beliefs, and whether you agree with it or not, I'm stating facts here. Is like they see that as an opportunity to express their beliefs. They're like, this is a platform. That's how I'm going to use it. That's just what they're doing. So I think a lot of people who do want to do that they're not going to sign up for that.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, I want to be able to express blah, blah, blah. So this is not, I mean, like even like without that in that, I could tell it wasn't going to do well because it's called Extreme. Excuse me, it's not called Extreme Football League. It's called X Football League.
XFL. I think they will get plenty of people on the teams because there are so many people that are cut from the NFL. Especially by that point of the year, they have all of the season.
Yeah, for people who don't have an outlet to play football anywhere else. Yeah, that's who.
And the people that have graduated college didn't get drafted into the NFL, or didn't make it past the preseason and all of that. They'll have people on there. I'm curious how well it will be viewed, because back then, like there was problems with getting people to watch it, getting it on cable providers and all of that sort of deal. Now you have all the live streaming and Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch and all of that. So I'm curious to see how it does. I don't think it's going to go well, though.
I don't think so either. Like the last one, it said it only ran for a single season in 2001.
Yeah.
I could see the exact same thing happening again.
Yeah. And $100 million for something that's already failed once.
Yeah, like it's not.
It just doesn't make. It's not smart business.
It's not. It's really not.
It just it boggles my mind. Now, there's one last one. I just remembered.
You lied to me.
I did. Now this is smart business. 2018, Game of Thrones is taking a year off.
Yes,
from
that's
airing
right.
Stuff. and they will finish their recording, their filming by the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is coming from Maisie Williams. She did an interview, and she let the cat out of the bag that in April of 2019, that's when the new season of Game of Thrones will start airing.
Ooh.
And it's, of course, the final season of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
She was saying there's a lot of editing and special effects that has to be added in.
Oh,
and
sure,
all that.
because
So
there's
that's
going to be, big battles.
big
happening.
battles with
dragons.
3 dragons and all that. Night Walkers, White Walkers, and whatever else.
Isn't it?
Night Walkers, don't get those confused with the people that are on the street corners.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Wasn't it that they said they were going to be filming or there was at least a rumor that they were going to be filming
Yeah, they were
multiple
going to
endings
film
because of all the
multiple
leaks that
endings
happened with the
so
last
that
season.
No one will know what the real ending actually is.
Yeah.
So, April 2019, quite a ways away.
It is.
It's over a year.
Just barely though.
It's over a year. If I wanted to watch something right now, I'm just kidding. I don't have any releases, but I'm excited. I'm ready for it. Game of Thrones definitely has felt different since they went off the books, but it hasn't been bad. It's been very fan servicey.
That's a problem that a lot of shows, especially starting around the early aughts, they'll go on in the first. I'm not saying that the last few seasons of Game of Thrones have been bad. I personally haven't been watching it just because I haven't had time. But a lot of shows that they kind of start getting away from form is they become there's nothing wrong with catering to fans occasionally because you want to keep them interested.
Yeah.
But whenever it gets to a point where they do it all the time, and I do have a specific show in mind, that's whenever the writing goes down.
Yeah.
Because they're not staying to what made them good in the first place. Now there are shows that can handle both. It's oh haha, some jokes for the fans to enjoy, but it's still true to form.
Yeah.
But then others, it's just totally different, and it's see, fans, we're doing this stuff for you, and it's and a lot of people buy into it. It's look, they're doing it for us, and I'm yeah, but that's not why you started liking the show. And there's a difference between a show staying the exact same and a show there's a difference between a show developing and then a show totally changing.
Yeah.
2 very different things.
Definitely. So I don't think it's gotten to that.
No.
Point
I don't think it has.
But the Extreme Football League, definitely.
So bad. Yeah,
You've changed so much.
Obviously they couldn't help but to not go off the books, but it reminds me of getting a nerdy here. Whatever.
It is the Nerd Kid podcast.
The original Full Metal Alchemist anime.
Yeah.
It was coming out the same time the manga was still being released.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point, they were they caught up and they were well, I guess we're going to keep going. And they went way off the tracks. It's it ends with them coming to our world, and it's World War II. It's really weird. I never watched it because my friends were watch Brotherhood. Because they went back and they redid it with Brotherhood, and the manga was totally out by then, so they actually were able to make it more like the manga.
Yeah, and February 19th is when the live action...
Most anime live actions suck.
That's what's been said about this.
Oh, it looks so good though, except for the fact that Winry's brunette.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I was looking at some reviews earlier. It said it was pretty bad.
That's the thing is that a lot of stuff, it's when they first start showing stuff for it, you're this looks really cool, and then people are it's not.
Well, it just anime. There is a right way to make it. Live action.
It could transfer well to the screen, but so far, people who do transfer to the screen have not done it well.
Yeah, and it's just like superhero movies for a very long time. They were not done right.
Yeah.
And some people still don't do it completely right.
Nope.
It takes a real fan. Look at JJ when he restarted Star Wars.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. And I actually, there was something that came out, George Lucas was actually wanting to do with The Last Jedi.
Ooh.
And it was Luke, he had his own Jedi temple and everything, and he was training people, but he seemed a little bit off and a little bit dark and everything.
Oh.
So, he was actually the main focus during all of that, and like him
Okay.
training. And there was a strong female lead, Ray, but it was a different name.
Okay.
It was like Kiara or something like that. But you didn't see him like disappear or anything like that. Like he wasn't like how The Force Awakens was like trying to find him. Like he was there from the get go and everything. So
I think that would have been interesting to see. But at the same time, it would have been really sad to see Luke turn dark.
I don't think he was like completely dark,
but
he was just
more like, was he like cynical more so?
Because there wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot of detail of like what they were meaning by dark. Like he was just kind of old, I guess. I'm not sure.
My guess is that it was probably more dark, just because I mean, when you say, and you're talking about Star Wars, no matter who you are writing an article or something, if you say dark, you know people are going to assume by that.
Yeah.
And that could have been interesting, but yeah, like I prefer the more like the old cynical Luke, who was like, this needs to stop. Like, too much bad stuff happened just because he regretted a choice he made, which we all went into that in Roundtable. So yeah, I think it could have been interesting, but I loved Force Awakens. It was so good.
Yeah, the ship has already sailed, but it was interesting to see where George wanted to take the series and everything.
I know that just going back to the anime thing, that I believe it was Warner Brothers bought the rights to make an Attack on Titan movie.
Yes, I want to say so. Yeah.
Because I know that the one that came out was like 2015.
Yeah, something like that. The 2-part.
Yeah, the 2-part just garbage fest. That was that movie. Was exactly that. It was a garbage fest of a movie.
They didn't listen to Poster Man.
No, they did not.
But Poster Man showed up in 2017, so you couldn't
That's
really.
True. It's true. That was Poster Man's origin story. He saw the movie and he's like, "No,
I must right this wrong. Stop being garbage."
So I am curious to see how they will do it.
When they do it.
Yeah, when they do it.
That's the problem.
Because we all know Warner Brothers has done some not great things.
Yep. Not as bad as Fox.
No, not as bad as Fox. But they've also done some good things. Like
Harry Potter.
Yeah, they did the Harry Potter movies, and like they're not perfect by any means, but
they're really good.
They are really good. Yeah. And so I think that if they do something closer along those lines, like they try to make it more like that. I mean, granted, they were able to make Harry Potter like kids movies. Attack on Titan could not be a kids movie.
No,
the first episode, you see his mom get eaten like
like in half. Just.
But I just find it interesting where it's like the script and everything. I mean, for books, it's totally different. Yeah. Because there's too much information to pack into one movie, except for the first 2 movies. They were really short books. Come on, guys. No, the first 2 were fine. But it's like, you literally already, like, I understand, like, CGI. Like, I get, like, having to cut some corners there because it's expensive. But, like, you know what it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to look like. So I don't understand why they try to change it so much. Like,
You've already got a template there. Why make your job harder?
Yeah, seriously, it's like it's already there. Just get people to like reenact it. Like I love like there's like fan made stuff, and like they don't have access to super expensive CGI, but they have some like film software on their laptops that they can do, and like it'll look exactly like like the original content. And I'm like, how can high school or like like a bunch of like young adults, like college age students, make something like this
with a $200 camera.
Yeah, with $200 camera in
Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, Final Cut Pro. Make this look better than a multi-million-dollar like film studio.
This doesn't make any sense.
No, but it goes back to what you were saying. Like it's all about like loving it, like like having the heart, like being a fan for it. Like with I think we've talked about this before, like, but this is video games, but like with the Sonic Mania game, which I believe was originally a fan concept, like, and people loved it because it was so true to the original form of the Sonic games, but it's because people who loved it made it. Yeah. And I'm not saying that people who work on projects such as video games or films, they don't love the project they're working on, but they're different worlds.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's not like It's too much of politics and
It's also people's like, oh, you love the project you're working on because you're working on it, but then it's at the same time like you have to meet a deadline, you have to meet quota and stuff like that. Whereas the fans, it's like they're doing it because they're doing it in their free time. They're doing it because they really, really want to do it.
Well, you've got all these stuffy executives that just want to make money.
Yeah, they're just in it for the profit.
So, that's the problem.
Yeah,
that's the problem. You know what we're passionate about here?
What are we passionate about?
Bringing you the best content available. That's what we do here each and every week. We hope that you enjoyed episode 241. We're moving closer and closer to 250.
What are we going to do for 250? Are we doing anything special?
I don't know. Let me see when that lands.
Okay.
We'll go from there. If you want to support the show, get it early, you can go over to patreon.com/nerdcave. You can check it out there. You can get the podcast version, the audio only. You can get the video version as well, and all the awesome stuff that goes along with it, from raffles to podcast segments, bonus podcast segments, to exclusive videos, to early access to seasonal content. It's all over there at patreon.com/nerdcave. Check it out. It's made things happen, like our set here, and the things that we're doing with all the seasonal content. It's making things happen.
Yeah, get the Patreon now because Nerd Caves and Dragons is going to be coming up very soon.
Yes.
It's too soon.
February 12th. That's when the first one comes out. And
it's
then
for Patreon supporters. Yes.
Yeah. And then all of the Joe Schmoes that don't support us over there, we love you too, as long as you share and like and subscribe and just keep watching and talking to us. You can get that on February 19th, which is President's Day.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah. So they all worked out somehow. It's like we planned it out. So you can be like the awesome people that support us over at patreon.com, make things happen. We have a ton of goals that we want to hit. Yeah. There's a bunch of goals on there.
There are a bunch of goals.
So check it all out if you want to. Link is down in the description. And come back for Nerdcade Plus during the week on Tuesdays, Thursdays, 7 o'clock p.m. Check out the podcast. Subscribe to it. Rate it. Rate this show as well. Helps the discoverability. Share everything. And just keep remembering that don't be garbage.
Posterman 2017. Should we start saying Posterman 2018, even though he started Posterman 2017?
Well, he said it in 2017.
Okay, I see.
Like he has to have a revelation.
Okay. Well, you have to have a Posterman quote for 2018. You have to have one for each year, but don't be garbage is the
2017 Posterman quote.
Mm-hmm.
We got to come up with the 2018 one.
It'll come to us. Posterman will tell us.
Yes, he will. He'll come through with a big poster.
He'll be like, "This is the new quote for 2018." We're like, "Posterman, it's ingenious."
Yep. He's like, "I know. No one thought I could top. Don't be garbage." But he did, and he will.
He will.
We trust you, Posterman. Just like you trust us, guys. We hope you enjoyed episode 241. This has been Zach.
And Allie.
Have a blessed week.